Valued at €90 million. 6 goals and 9 assists this season. A Champions League winner who even found the back of the net in the grand finale. This is the profile of a shocking name currently on Manchester United's radar. The Red Devils are reportedly plotting a massive transfer heist that could send shockwaves across Europe. Targeting superstar winger Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. That's right, a team desperate to return to the Champions League is harboring ambitions to snatch a key pillar from the reigning champions themselves. Even more exciting for the fans, United is dreaming of a highly creative, devastating partnership between Kvara and Bruno Fernandes in the near future. Let's rewind to the night of April 10, 2025, at the iconic Parc des Princes. The Champions League quarter-final first leg saw a fiery clash between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa. The score is deadlocked at 1-1. The pressure is mounting on the home team's stars. And right in that heavy, tension-filled moment, Kvaratskhelia answers the call. Minute 49, collecting a wide pass from Fabian Ruiz on the left flank. The Georgian winger takes off. The crowd's applause begins to rumble. He glides forward, the ball glued to his feet with a delicate roll of his studs. Kvara throws a devastating fake, leaving the defender completely disoriented and tumbling to the turf. With a hip rotation as smooth as a ballet dancer, he doesn't drop his speed for a second. His left foot swings, an absolutely insane finish from a ridiculously tight angle, but it finds the back of the net. Emiliano Martinez, a World Cup winner who prides himself on his god-tier reflexes, was rooted to the spot. He could only throw up a hand to feel the draft of the arrow that just flew past him. The net ripples, and the Parc des Princes absolutely erupts. That goal, making it 2-1, paved the way for a resounding 3-1 victory for the French Giants. The internet went wild over that strike, with one fan perfectly summing it up, watching the way Kvara broke that defender's ankles. It feels like street football was just brought directly onto the Champions League stage. That exact goal defined his immense value during CG's championship-winning campaign. It cemented his status as an elite attacking superstar, a player who knows exactly how to create magic out of seemingly dead-end situations. And Kvaratskelia's brilliance didn't stop in Europe. In the domestic League One, he continued to be an absolute nightmare for opposition defenses. Take the clash against Rennes on December 7, 2025, as prime evidence. PSG absolutely dismantled their opponents in a ruthless 5-0 blowout. In the 28th minute, Lucas Hernandez dishes out a silver platter assist. Kvaratskhelia bursts down the middle, pulls the trigger, and drills a cross-angle shot past keeper Brice Samba to put the Parisians on the board. Every desperate dive from the Rennes goalie proved completely useless against the 25-year-old's sheer clinical finishing. By the 67th minute, Kvara's name lit up the scoreboard once again with a slick tap-in. The media went crazy over that performance. 2 goals, absolute chaos down the flank. It was official. PSG had built a terrifying, offensive wrecking machine on the left wing. But life in the City of Light isn't exactly the bed of roses it appears to be. Despite bagging 9 goals and 6 assists in 34 appearances across all competitions this season, and specifically contributing to 7 goals in just 9 Champions League matches, the Georgian international's future in Paris is suddenly a massive question mark. Why? Because simmering tensions have started to fracture the locker room. Whispers indicate that some teammates are far from happy with his playing style. The accusations? They say the 25-year-old is too selfish, too trigger-happy. They claim his decision-making in the final third is questionable, and that his generational dribbling skills have become a double-edged sword that actually kills the team's offensive tempo. Right in the middle of this media storm, a former Napoli teammate stepped up to defend him, sharing some deep insights with the French outlet L'Équipe. Plenty of players would kill to have the first year he's having at PSG. The teammate noted, moving to a new environment and a new league is always a massive challenge. Kvara has immense respect for head coach Luis Enrique. The fans haven't even seen his true potential yet. He's only 25, and you're only watching 50% of what he can actually do. He painted a picture of a player completely different from the diva the media portrays. Kvara is an introvert, a family man who avoids the party scene. When asked if the winger wanted to stay in Paris long-term, Kvara simply smiled and said, "I'm not going anywhere." His camp also clapped back at the selfish accusations. In any elite squad, Individual brilliance is required. Kvara's massive confidence is forged from endless hours of grinding behind the scenes with fitness coaches. That hard work translates into his fearless one-on-one take-ons. Sure, pulling up for a shot from 40 yards out might shock the crowd, but he knows he has the range to bury it. And his value isn't just about the box office attacking highlights. It's about his silent, gritty sacrifices on the pitch. Jens Kahuste, another former Napoli teammate, highlighted his elite mentality. He is a born winner. Whether it's a practice drill, a Champions League knockout game, or just a race, he plays to win. In training, Kvara's defensive intensity is just as ruthless as game day. When your superstar winger is working that hard, nobody else has an excuse to walk on the pitch. The team needs everyone to buy in defensively. And without guys like Kvara tracking back to do the dirty work, the squad would pay a heavy price. So, behind the flashy goals and highlight reel dribbles, Kvaratskhelia is a blue-collar worker, ready to leave it all on the field for the badge. But these deep-rooted stylistic clashes with the rest of the Parc des Princes squad have accidentally turned him into the hottest topic of the transfer rumor mill. It's exactly this internal instability that has accidentally caught the eye of the Manchester United brass. The higher-ups at Old Trafford are on a desperate hunt for a world-class winger to finally solve an attacking puzzle that's been broken for years. In their bitter defeat against Newcastle, the Red Devils' fatal flaws were exposed for the entire world to see. Both Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha hit a brick wall, constantly cutting inside and completely killing any wide variety in the attack. Throwing Amad Diallo into the mix for the final 15 minutes was nowhere near enough time to make a dent in the home team's watertight defense. The depth issue on the wings gets even worse when they're missing Patrick Dorgu, a spark plug who always knows how to push up and create chaos. Matheus Cunha has been tasked with locking down that left wing for 6 games this season. But he's only managed a measly 1 goal and 1 assist out wide. It's painfully obvious he's much more comfortable operating through the middle. Manchester United's left flank is screaming for an absolute revolution. The fans have waited way too long to see some genuinely breathtaking attacking football. The kind of magic that made generations of die-hard supporters fall in love with this club. That's why the recruitment team, spearheaded by Christopher Vivell and Jason Wilcox, has to act fast. The board believes that bringing in a marquee name like Kvaratskhelia would breathe new life into their frontline. And like we said at the top of the video, just imagine the Georgian star lining up next to Captain Bruno Fernandes. One guy has the ability to completely shatter defensive lines and cause havoc in the box. The other has the elite vision to thread pinpoint defense-splitting passes. Together, this duo promises to be an unpredictable, highly creative offensive juggernaut. The internet is already dreaming. On one massive football forum, a fan commented, "If the owners open up the checkbook and bring Kvara to Old Trafford, the iconic number 7 shirt will finally have a worthy owner. Our left wing has been dead for way too long." A journalist for The Athletic even hyped it up, stating, "They could pull off some eyebrow-raising signings this summer. But hold your horses. This ambitious master plan is going to face some brutal competition from other heavyweights." Reports indicate that Arsenal is absolutely dead set on bringing the 25-year-old star to the Emirates. Mikel Arteta desperately needs a high-quality upgrade on the wing, especially with the duo of Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard consistently showing a lack of stability. The North London club is expected to make their move by the end of this season, ready to break the bank to reinforce their attack. Even Liverpool is quietly monitoring the situation in the shadows, even though their number 1 priority right now is the young prodigy Diomande over at RB Leipzig. The fact that these Premier League giants are all jumping into the race is guaranteed to skyrocket Kvaratskelia's price tag. Remember, Paris Saint-Germain already coughed up €70 million in cold hard cash, plus a mountain of add-ons, to snatch the Georgian international from Napoli back in January 2025. With their bottomless pockets, money has never been an issue for the French powerhouse. They are under zero pressure to sell their core players at a discount. If an English club is actually serious about this hijack, they're going to have to slap an offer on the table that absolutely shatters that 70 million mark, blowing right past his €90 million transfermarkt valuation. And then there's the final, massive roadblock, the player himself. Convincing Kvara to abandon the sporting project in Paris for a move to England is not going to be a walk in the park. At PSG, he's working under Luis Enrique, A manager who constantly strives to maximize his players' strengths. Plus, dominating in slightly less physical leagues like League One or previously Serie A, well, it has plenty of pundits questioning if he can actually adapt to the brutal, high-octane meat grinder that is the English Premier League.